Hey guys, in this no BS guide we'll use Google Stitch to design like a pro and then let Google Antigravity agents take care of the offline build and future edits for us. And of course I'll also show you how to get that website live on the real internet in just 5 minutes with a free domain. Oh, and if you've never touched AI before, no worries, there's zero coding and no prior experience required. Then we go to Google's Stitch. The first thing we're going to do is switch to the website. Now the best way to use an AI designer is to use DESIGN.md. What is it? Well, it's over here, and it's a design system document that AI agents read to generate consistent UI across your entire project. In this file will be the visual identity of your project, like colors, fonts, spacing, component styles, buttons. Traditionally, this lives in a brand PDF or a Figma file, or most of the times in a designer's head. None of these are actually readable by an AI agent, but DESIGN.md makes that all possible. Now there are multiple ways to use this. I will provide you with one entirely free for this tutorial, but you can pick any style you want. Let me show you how you can do it via these websites first, which is also completely free. And let me show you one of these platforms, DESIGN.md.me. Click on it. And then we click over here on Discover. This gallery is actually the noisiest part of the website. There's a lot of visual eye candy over there that can be very distracting. But I want you to look past the hero images and focus on the underlying style of the DESIGN.md files. If you found one that you actually like, you click over here on Copy. We go back to Stitch, we click on Back, and we press over here on Paste DESIGN.md. Click on it, right click and press Paste. And then we press over here on Save. Google Stitch will use this design file as the master brand file. Feel free to use this one or go to my website and copy a different style I created. It will impact on how your website will look in the end. You go to mathtutorials.com/Gemini. This link is also in the description of this video and of course in the comments. And then you click over here, Stitch and Antigravity. Now I have spent hours redesigning and redefining, testing these prompts, and I'm gonna give you them for free. So I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button on this video or just leave a comment. It's okay, and if not, I still love you, you can still use it. Press over here on Copy to Clipboard. Then you go back to Google Stitch and just paste it in and press on Save. Great! Now we need, of course, the master prompt for Stitch to create our entire website. Again, you can go to my website. We press over here, Google Stitch, the master prompt, Copy to Clipboard. Delete this one, we don't need that, and press on Paste, and here we go. Now, before you press on Submit, you will see over here is going to use the attached DESIGN.md as the strict source of all truth. Alright, no problem, we just scroll down. Here you can add in some content placeholders if you want. For example, your name, then we have some personal project, if you would like to have that. You can always change it later on offline using Google Antigravity. Then you can also add in your resume if you want that. If you don't want to add it in right now, no problem, it will just add in some placeholders to there and we can finalize this using Google Antigravity. Alright, then we're going to select a different kind of model. You can use 3 Flash as a model, but you can also use Gemini 3.1 Pro. It prioritizes maximum quality and reasoning over speed. So let's do this one and then we press on Generate. And Stitch is now going to generate our entire design. Now while it's going to design it, let me show you some interface options over here. You can hit Ctrl on your keyboard and use your mouse wheel on your mouse to zoom out and zoom in. That's going to be pretty useful right now. You can also click and hold your mouse wheel to just drag around on your canvas. But there's also another way. You can go over here and you can click on it and you can zoom to fit. And then you will see everything on your canvas right here. Just hold on a second, it's going to generate different kind of pages and you will see why this is very useful. Then we can also edit and change the designs that is created by using the Mark It, Direct Edit, and of course upload files to your canvas. Just take a sip and let Google Stitch do its magic. Remember, Google Stitch will generate these pages, but they are completely messed up in order. it's creating the UX flows, 6 out of 6. We have over here the media kit. If you're a content creator, would be nice. If not, just don't use it at all. Then we have the digital garden, which is can show what kind of books you are reading and what kind of interests you have. Then we have the home page. There we are. Now you can click on a page and then you can change anything you want. You can also select this one, direct edit. Then you can just select any kind of object and you can edit the text or edit it with AI. If I click with edit with AI, you can see in the prompt box, it will change it to the H1 and here you can change it. Now there's also a lot more options you can do with Google Stitch. If you right click on it, you can copy it, you can cut it, you can regenerate it, you can create an instant prototype variants. There's a lot of things you can do with Google Stitch. What's also very nice, for example, is that you can talk to Stitch. If you just select this one, let me show you how this works. You just click over here on Start Live Mode. I want to change the background of this page, make it the same as the Media Kit page.
On it. Done. I've updated the background to match Media Kit. Take a look. What's next?
You can stop talking to it by just pressing the stop button over there. And then you can see our result, what it has been created from our other page. Now this looks way better. I'm going to delete this one because we already have this digital garden, and which is just really nice. Now don't worry, you can change a lot more about your design in Google Antigravity because it's also an AI agent, so it can create anything you want from this design. It's just the basis. So don't spend too much time perfecting your design because it will always change a little bit when converting it to a real actual website. All right, let's continue. What we're going to do right now is press on this export button. You can export everything, just select all, and you can export it to an AI studio from Google. We can use that, but I want to build it offline with Google Antigravity. So we're going to download a zip file. We press on export. Unpack this entire folder just right here, and we can delete this one. We're going to rename this one to your personal brand hub website. And if we now go into this folder, you can see another folder, and here we can see our DESIGN.md file, but also all our different pages has now a separate folder. If you go into here, the contact, then you can see a screen, which is just a PNG file, and you can see some code generated for this file. We're not going to use those codes. We're just going to let Antigravity do all the hard work, but it will use this as a basis. Before we can start building, of course, we need to download and install Antigravity. If you already have Antigravity, you can just skip this part in the video, just go to the next chapter and we'll pick up from there. To get Google Antigravity, go to my website and click on this button, Get Google Antigravity. And then we are at the website of Antigravity. Let's press over here, download for Windows and download it for your system. Then run the installer and select your language, press on OK. Then we accept the agreement, press on Next. I'm going to change this one and press on Next. Next, next, and finally press on install. Once you see this, everything is great, press on finish, and we're going to launch Antigravity. All right, let's set it up real quick. Press on next. We're going to start fresh, and I like the dark mode, yes. Next, you'll need to decide how much control you want to give the Antigravity agent. By default, the review-driven development mode is selected. This is the recommended path because it strikes a balance between automation and safety. In this mode, the agent will frequently pause and ask for your approval before executing terminal commands or updating review policies. If you look at this sidebar, you'll see the JavaScript execution policy is disabled by default. This prevents the agent from running scripts in your browser without your knowledge. You can always switch to strict mode for maximum control or agent-driven development if you want to work more autonomously. But for most projects, keeping it on review-driven development is the smartest way to ensure nothing happens without your final say. If you're installing this Antigravity on a very clean PC with nothing installed, no personal data on there, you can of course use the agent-driven development, but for this tutorial I'll use the review-driven development. Press on next. We'll keep all the key bindings normal and the extensions recommended. Press on next again, and then you need to sign in with Google. Choose the account you want to use for Antigravity, and then we press on sign in, and we press on open Antigravity. If you don't want to give Google permission to train their models by using all your data, then I would suggest you just uncheck this and press on next. And there we are in Google Antigravity. The first thing we will be doing is open folder. Click on this one, go to your downloads folder and select the Personal Brand Hub website and press select folder. Now, the first thing you need to do is give Antigravity permission to work in this folder. And do you trust everything that's inside of this folder? Yes, I trust it, so we press on yes. Then we see on the right side, we see our Personal Brand Hub website with all the different kind of pages and the DESIGN.md files that we want. And with Antigravity, you can do a lot of things, but we are now only focusing on building this Stitch layout to an actual website that we can put on any hosting company that we want. To do that, we're going to need a master prompt to put it inside of there. Then go to my website, scroll a little bit down, and over here to Google Antigravity, the master prompt, press copy to clipboard. Then go to Google Antigravity, paste it in over here and press over here on send. If you get some errors or due to overloading, high load on the service, just choose another model. You can, for example, choose Claude Sonnet 4.6, which I'm using right now. It also just works really great. Now sit back and relax because this might take a couple of minutes. When Google Antigravity stops and gives you an implementation plan, it's waiting for 3 instructions. So we scroll all the way down, you can read it all if you like. But then over here we have 3 questions and you can reply to that by just pressing on this button over here, comment on this line. Now this is a good question, is /current the homepage or does it need to create a new homepage for us? I would say /current is the homepage. Then the next one is about the images. I'm gonna add this comment. And the last one is about the form. And then I add this comment over here. Once you've commented on the implementation plan, you can just press over here on send. If you notice errors like our servers are experiencing high traffic right now, please try again in a minute. That's basically because of resources. Well, just press over here on retry after a minute or so and it will try again. Now be aware, because of the safety settings, Antigravity will sometimes completely stop working and ask you over here, one file would change, do you want to accept it? If you don't trust Google Antigravity, you can click over here and you can see what is going to change inside of this file. Basically, this is just a safety guard to make sure that Antigravity is not going to mess up your entire system. Just press over here on accept all and then the agent will continue doing its work. Now, you might say that this is taking a long time, but the funny thing is, just realize what it is doing now. It's creating a complete website for you. You don't have to do anything, just accept the changes. So taking a lot of time is all relative. Beautiful, the agent has finished and now it has created an export folder over here with all the files we just need to upload to our hosting company. If you don't yet have a hosting company, follow my link for a discount plus a free domain. Go to my website again and click over here on Get Hosting. You will be redirected to wp.discount, which is my website, and then you will get 80% discount plus an extra code will give you 10% discount extra. So we click over here, show code, copy this code and click on go to offer. And then we are at the website of Hostinger. Now Hostinger is a very big hosting company and that's very good because we have low prices. Look at this, only $3 a month. You have a 30-day money back guarantee and you have 24/7 support, which is excellent and can really help you out. We go with the premium plan, which is only $3 a month. I mean, that's just 1 cup of Starbucks less every single month. Come on, that's nothing. Then we go over here and click on choose plan. Press over here, have a coupon code and you paste in the code from my website and you press on apply. You can see you have another 10% discount. You are very welcome. And I'm just going with mathtutorialsgemini.com. Perfect. Why not? Is this one? It's free for the first year. Let's go with 1 year. Then press over here on continue. Then we need to register with Hostinger, so make sure to use a very strong password. Make sure to fill in all this information and press on continue. And then you can pay by using credit card, PayPal or any local payment methods that are available in your country. Enter in all your details and press on submit payment. Your payment is done, let's go. Press over here on get started. Then we're going to walk through this really quick myself. Press on next. We're going to create a website, press next. Then we're not going to select one of these, but we're going to select this, an empty HTML PHP website. Click over here. And then we're going to select the domain that we've just bought with Hostinger and we press on next. And then we have to register our domain. That's pretty important. We press on next step, real contact information, or else it will be shut down after 14 days. Press on next step. And then we press on Finish Registration. And then select the data center where your website will be hosted. In this case, use the one that's closest to your target audience. Well, I'm in the Netherlands, so let's go with Germany. Fine, press on Next. Perfect, welcome to your dashboard of Hostinger. Here you can see everything related to your website and your hosting. Now it's time to upload your entire website to your hosting company. We are going to use a little program for this. It's called FileZilla. Why are we doing it this way? Well, if you want to change a lot of things about your website, and trust me, you will, you are going to re-upload every time little changes to your website. And that way, FileZilla is the easiest, robust way to do this. So you first go to the website, and the URL is filezillaproject.org. Now, we don't click on this button when we go over here to download, and then we go to more download options, and we're going to show additional download options over here, because we don't want all the sponsors and all the things. Select the version you need. I need this one, setup.exe. Just going to download it and then run the installer. Now, welcome to FileZilla. The first thing we're going to do is click over here on the site manager. Click on it. This list is now empty. So what do we do over here? We click on new site and we're going to fill this all in. We're not going to use the FTP file transfer. We're going to use SFTP, which is way more safer. Then we're going to fill in this information. Where to get it? Of course, from your hosting company. We need the host, the port, the user, and the password. To get that information, we go over here to Advanced and we go to SSH Access. Click on it. And here's all the information we need. We're going to enable the SSH. There we go. Now it has been enabled. And you just copy all these things and paste them inside FileZilla. Once you've pasted all in, make sure to go over here and change the name of your website. So click on rename and type in the name of your website. And then we press over here on connect. Then we press always trust this host, press OK. On the right side, we go to domains and we go to public HTML, very important. And then you can see default.php, that is correct. And now this is really easy. What do? You just right click on the default.php and you press on delete. Delete it from the server, now it's gone. Then navigate to your personal brand hub website, go to the export folder, double click on it, go inside of it, then select everything in here with Ctrl A and right click on it and press on upload. And that's it, your personal brand website is now live. So let's visit it. This is pretty nice. It already works perfectly out of the box. Now let me show you how to work on your website by keeping revisions available so that when you mess up a thing or the Antigravity just messes it up, you can still work with it. What you can see over here that all these things are being opened. You can press over here on close all and you can do two things. You can work inside of this already with the build, or you can open up a new conversation, which I would suggest you do because it's just fresh. And before you start working on your website, create this command, create a snapshot of the current version of this website, call this version 1.0, make sure we can always go back if we mess things up. Now for this, you can use the Gemini 3 Flash because it's a pretty simple operation and press on send. Well, this all sounds really great, so yes, proceed. Perfect, it is now being completed and there we go, the backup. Version 1 is just a complete copy of our website right now. Now you are completely free to make any changes you want and you can always go back to version 1. And now the best part of building your website starts, and that is basically maintaining your website. Let me show you how you can do this the most easiest way with different kind of agents working on your website simultaneously. To do this, you click over here on Opened Agent Manager over there, and now you can see how I've built it up. What I would do is create different agents per page on your website, give them assignments to do, and then you just change the names. So you rename them over here, / the garden page, and then I'm gonna remove this one, / garden page. So now I have different kind of agents, one working on the garden page, one working on the footer, one working on the professional page, and one working at the home page. If you want to export it when it's done, just create a new agent over there. Export the current version. I will just press on send and then I'm going to change this name. I'm going to change it to the export agent. And this way, working with Antigravity is actually a lot of fun because you can put agents to work while you do something else. Now, if you have any questions, just drop it down there. I will always reply. Hit that like button if I helped you out, and I hope to see you in the next video. And go on and create your most awesome personal brand website. Also check out these videos, which are also really great. Well, I think